first off to say. There is going to be a little bit of a delay in my stream. It looks like about 20 seconds or so, 25 seconds. I do have the comments up, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask. For those that don't know me, my name's Dave. I am a fitness and wellness consultant with the wellness team. And I'll be offering the beginner class this week at 7:30, as well as Thursday at 4:30, and then next week I'll be moving to the HIT class on the schedule. So I do have 7:30 on my clock now, and I do like to get started right on time. The clock should be showing up there as well, so we will get started. We're just going to start with a little warm-up. This is all move, stretch, activate. What you need is listed on this side here, as well as a clock. So we'll try keeping the timer relatively accurate there. So for our warm-up, we're going to start off with a simple hip hinge by crossing our legs. So I'm taking my left, cross it over my right. I'm going to push my hips back, crawl my hands along my line without losing balance, coming up, reaching my hands overhead. We're just going to continue to move through this, maybe sinking a little deeper each time. 2, 3, and we're going to switch legs. So this time I'm going to take my right leg and I'm going to cross it over my left, push my hips back, crawl my hands down my right leg, and up. Up again, and one more here. For a third time. We're going to start adding a little bit more motion in, and we're going to be doing a standing twist. So I'm going to take a step forward with my left leg, and I'm going to turn to my left, turn to my left. So we're going to keep the left leg forward. 3, 4, 5. We're going to put the right leg forward. Arms up, elbows up, keep those elbows up. Turning. 4, 5, and then we're going to start adding a walk into it and alternating. So I turn left, back, right. We're just going to continue switching, stepping legs forward. Nothing too crazy today, a lot of mobility, so we're not going to be jumping around. More so just getting the joints moving, muscles moving, stretched out. Hopefully everyone can hear me okay. Looks like my video has not started on Facebook here. Facebook looks quite behind. Okay, there we go. Everything seems to be okay there now. So we might have missed the first stretch. That's okay though. We'll just keep going here. Or maybe it was just something not refreshing on my screen. So we'll continue with the warm-up. So we're going to add a little bit of cardio into it. And you can do a full jumping jack if you want. Up and down. Or what you can do is you can simply walk with the jumping jack if you're not quite ready to start jumping just yet. All right, thank you very much, Laurel. I think something just wasn't refreshing on my side. All right, so we're going to get right into our workout here. So within our workout, like I have on the side there, we have four groups of exercises, 3 exercises in each group. We're going to do 3 rounds of each of those groups, 30 seconds on each exercise, 10 seconds off. Within our exercise, we'll have mobilize, a stretch, and an activate. So we'll start off with our first group, which contains our cat to cow. So within the mat, I'm kneeling down. I'm going to put my hands right under my shoulders, and for 30 seconds, I'm going to arch my back up, and then move into the cow position with my back nice and flat, chin in neutral position. So we'll start for 30 seconds in 3, 2, and 1. Arching the back up. I'm going to breathe in, bring my spine to neutral, chin neutral, breathe out. Just moving through this at my own pace. Got 7 more seconds. So I'm going to transition to the next exercise. You keep going, and then we're going to have 10 more seconds of break here. So our next stretch is our lat stretch. So from standing, we're just going to reach over to the side here. We can start in 3, 2, and 1. We're going to do 15 seconds on each side. So I've pushed my hips to the left, and with my left hand, I'm reaching to the right. We'll switch sides. Push my hips to the right, right arm to the left, and I'm stretching out that whole left side here. All right, very good. And our last activate stretch here is our prone T raises. So I'm going to be laying on my stomach flat, and then with my arms stretched out to my side with my thumbs up, I'm going to just squeeze my shoulder blades together without allowing my thumbs to turn forward. So thumbs up the whole time. You can go ahead and start with me here, squeezing the shoulder blades together, keeping the head down, lifting up as high as you can without allowing those thumbs to turn forward. Perfect. So we're going to take another 10 seconds rest, and then we're just going to move right back through those 3 exercises. So if you want to get ready into your cat to cow position, knees under hips, hands under shoulders, arching the spine up, chin tucked, move into that cow position, spine neutral, chin neutral. Just keep moving through and breathing naturally. And that 10 seconds break is just essentially enough for you to get into your standing position, lat stretch. With my right hand, I'm keeping it on my right leg, just so I can get that little extra push in there. We'll switch sides. Perfect. And then our prone T, so again, I'm lying down on my stomach. Hands shoulder height, stretch out to my sides, thumbs up, and then I just squeeze my shoulder blades. It's all in the shoulders here, don't let your glutes or anything else do the work. Alright, our 10 seconds break again, just enough to transition into our cat to cow. One more time here. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. We'll go on to our feet into our standing lat stretch here. I'm pushing my hips to the left arm comes overhead, almost creating this teapot situation here. You can sing along if you want. We'll switch to the other side. And we'll go into our prone tees one more time. Thumbs up, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Keep the head down. I'm just keeping mine up a little bit, so hopefully you can still hear me. Perfect. So we're going to move this along. We have 3 more groups to get through. So our next group, we have our half kneel ankle glides. So I'm in this half kneel position. I'm going to step my right knee is down, my left leg is forward. I'm going to step my left leg a little closer than 90, or a little further away than 90. And I'm going to get my hands on the inside. Oh wait, wrong one, sorry. I'm just going to go to 90 degrees here, and then with my right leg, I'm going to lean forward, getting a little bit more dorsiflexion in my ankle here. And this is at 15 seconds per side. So again, the movement here is just getting the shin bone, we're going to switch sides, getting the shin bone to move forward and to move back while this ankle is planted. Excellent. Now to stretch out those muscles, we're going to do a gastroc stretch. I have a bench and a chair here. You can use both. I'm just going to use a chair because that's a little bit more common. Hands on the chair. I'm going to take an exaggerated step back with my left foot. Press my heel into the ground. Feeling that stretch in my calves. And we'll switch sides. Left leg forward, right heel into the ground, really pressing that heel in the ground. Might feel like a pretty big stretch if you haven't stretched these in a while. Excellent. And our last stretch here is our calf raises, which is actually an activate. So you can do these from flat ground or with standing on something. I didn't have anything that I felt really comfortable standing on, so I'm just going to do them from the ground. We're just going to lift onto our balls of our feet, lifting our heels off the ground. Up and down. Nice and easy. Squeezing the calves at the top. I'll show you something a little different you can do each round for these. Toes are just pointed forward here. Alright, and then for our 10-second break, we'll just get back into that half kneel position. So I'm down on the ground, 90 degrees here, and then I'm just going to lean forward, driving the knee forward and back, keeping the ankle and foot firmly planted. Alright, we'll switch sides. If you have extremely tight hip flexors, you might be feeling it in the rear leg. And you might not be feeling too much from this exercise, but this joint moves at such a small angle. It's just important to get some motion through it throughout the day because we don't often get this sort of dorsiflexion from that joint. Right into our gastroc stretch. So hands on the chair, exaggerated step back, my left foot, left heel into the ground, just looking forward. Remember, just continue to breathe naturally here. Deep breaths if you want. We'll switch sides, right leg back. Excellent, and then we finish off with our calf raise. So this time, I'm going to put my toes pointed in towards each other as I do my calf raises. And this is just something you can do that's a little different to target different muscles in your calf. So I'm really putting my weight in my big toes, and that just allows me to keep my balance a little better as I stumble. You don't have to do this if you don't feel like your balance is quite there yet, or you don't feel like your conditioning is quite there yet. You can always just stick with the toes forward. You're still going to get good value from that stretch. All right, excellent. So last round is that half kneel, and then we're just gliding forward. Again, just looking at that angle as we get that, try to maximize that dorsiflexion. And that dorsiflexion is just when I come forward like that. That's what I really want here. Switch sides. And to our gastroc stretch, left foot back, heel down. And switch sides. And then you might have guessed it, but we're going to go toes out for this calf raise. Again, you can just stay neutral if you want. We're going to go toes out. Again, leaning into those first edges of your foot, the big toe, for your balance as you lift up and slowly lower. We don't want our feet so far spread apart, keep them close. And then we're just doing our nice ballerina raises here. All right, excellent. So we move on to our third group here. And we're going to be doing something called an iron cross. So I'm going to get into a T position on the ground. My arms spread out to the sides here, so a nice T on the ground, nice cross. And then my left leg is going to come as close to my right foot as I can. You don't need to worry about lifting this left leg or right hand up to touch. You can if you want. And then, again, I'm not going to worry too much about that. The stretch mostly comes from the rotation here, or activation, I should say. So just continue to move through this. Go ahead and get the hip off the ground as you rotate. Alright, so our next one is the lizard, which is what I wanted to demonstrate before. So left leg is going to go forward in that half kneel position. Hands on the inside, flat on the ground. You can go to forearms if you're extremely flexible. I am not. And you can do that on the other side, but I'm going to show you something that you can do if you have trouble getting in that position at all. And you can just use a chair, same thing. Hands are on the inside of the knee, trying to bring that elbow towards the knee, but again, you don't have to. You just keep that stretch there. And we'll switch sides, spend a little bit more time on this stretch, but there's a lot more going on to it. So again, right legs forward, right hands on the ground in front. If you have extremely flexible hips, like I said, you can probably get down on your forearms. I cannot. And then for our activation for this one, we have our glute bridges. So on our back, hands right up the side on our hips. We're just going to push our hips to the sky and then slowly lower. Push our hips to the sky, squeezing the glutes, and slowly lower. Alright, excellent. We'll move back into our iron cross, so we're in that T position. Arms up the side, and then left leg to right hand, or as close as you can get. Again, you might not be the most flexible in the world, much like myself, but you can do your best, breathe through it, do what you can. You don't need to push yourself, nothing should hurt. And over time, this will get a little better. You just need to be consistent, stick with it. So if you are sort of in the beginner stream, or you're just looking for a little